East meets West granola bars. I know like when people do East meets West, it's about like really like amazing things and not granola bars. But we're doing granola bars because I love granola bars. I grew up on granola bars, but we can elevate these guys. We can make them awesome and amazing. So what I have in my baking tray is oats, granola bars. You need oats, sunflower seeds, and hazelnuts, which I kind of pulverized in the food processor and then toasted in the oven for about 10 minutes all together. It's still hot and toasty. And now we're going to the stuff that's gonna bind together our granola bars. Cook's Illustrated, which I adore, says use apricots instead of honey, and I'm pretty excited about that. So into the food processor goes my apricots, my brown sugar, and my salt. That's all going in there, and big reach for the cover. And we're gonna process until it's like falling apart. And this is gonna be the binding agent for our granola bars, which is exciting because like I feel like the honey, when you use it at home, they tend to fall apart, and this has a lot more potential of staying together. So where does the East meets West thing happen? And that's gonna be in our flavorings. Instead of oil, I'm using tahini. Yes, in goes the tahini. As soon as we get it all out of the container. So tahini is oil, it's a fat. It is made of sesames. It's just pure sesame, but it's a paste rather than an oil. So that's going in there along with a little bit of water. And we're gonna keep on processing. Yeah. Okay, so we have our tahini apricot mix. And it is ready to go. So exciting. And that is gonna go into my bowl here. You need a big bowl because all of our stuff needs to get mixed in together. This is very exciting for me. I really did, like my mom was not the best at thinking American. And I think I've mentioned previously, she did not believe in things like peanut butter and jelly or orange juice in our lunches, but granola bars seem to have made it into our home. Maybe they had that pseudo-healthy thing going on for them in the oats, but you never know. All right, so now this tray of toasted stuff is going in as well. It's a little hot still, so handle with care, but it's easier to mix when everything is still warm. It has to be said, much easier. It kind of like helps the whole situation melt together. So we're gonna mix it all in, as you could see. Did I mention I'm a messy cook? You can see my tin is ready to go in the oven. And you know that like in a 1 second flat, my hands are going in here because, let's see, is it too hot to handle? Nah, my hands are going in. Now I have no concerns whatsoever that everything's gonna hold together because you could see how sticky our tahini and apricot mix is. And to this, I'm already gonna start adding my different additions. So Rice Krispies, I did say East meets West. Chopped up dates, that's my Eastern bit. Chocolate chips, West, and halva, East, all going into our awesome granola bars. I'm going to mix it all together and then I'm going to pack it into the tin. All right, so it's all mixed together and now I'm ready to push it into the tin. And basically, granola bars, even though like you think it's done, it does need to still be baked for about 25 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 Celsius. And though I'm using my hands, I also have parchment paper. If you want to be really, really exacting about it, you can use another tin of the same size in order to like really get it perfectly level on top. I like the rustic look. I did make these myself. I'm not trying to be store-bought at all. And I'm pretty excited about these. They smell amazing. They're like totally binding together brilliantly. Like you could see, it's all packed in. It's doing what a granola bar is supposed to do, which is awesome. This is what we want. Okay, this guy is going into the oven for 25 minutes just so it all like bakes together. And then we're gonna have our East meets West granola bars. So exciting. All right, see you guys soon. When chocolate is introduced to Europe, it's introduced as a drink, not a solid. It takes a few like centuries until it becomes the solid mass we know today. It's the introduction of sugar and milk that makes it solid, but it's initially drunk. When the conquistadors make their way to America and they meet the Incas, the chocolate is a drink that they're having and it's part of a ritual. And I love chocolate history. I love all history. And the closer we get to the less sweet chocolate, it's 85% cocoa solids as opposed to cocoa butter. The chocolate bean is divided into all these awesome different ingredients. The closer we get to that original chocolate they would have had. And I love hot chocolate, and I think the best hot chocolate you could have is when you make it yourself. So we're gonna make a hot chocolate mix, because just melting chocolate into milk isn't really a hot chocolate. What we're gonna do is have a mix waiting for you at home anytime you want hot chocolate, and at the same time it's gonna be uber kosher, which is really cool, right? So what I have here is my 85% chocolate. There's even 99. The higher cocoa solids you could get, the better for your hot chocolate mix. And that's going into my food processor. This one happens to be Parav, because I told you I'm going for like the uber kosher one. Cocoa powder, and again, the best I could find. On top of that goes sugar. That is corn flour. And my last, but perhaps one of the most important ingredients, there aren't many, so they're all important, is dried milk powder. So this is my 99% fat-free skimmed milk powder. And this is the key. It's halva. There are people who, the milk being supervised from the start of the whole milk process is really important to them. And they'll only eat dairy products which are supervised to that extent, making a lot of the yummy dairy products we know, like Ben & Jerry's and Cadbury's, unavailable to them. But let's make the hot chocolate available to them. So we're using halva milk powder. Obviously, you can use any milk powder you want. I ordered milk powder recently on Amazon because that's where I could get it. We're doing 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt in there and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And that is it. We're gonna process until we have a fine powder. Whoop, and there's chocolate flying everywhere. My impatience won't even like let me put a cover on my food processor. And basically this is it. We're going to have our hot chocolate mix ready to go. And all you have to do is add 1/4 cup of your hot chocolate mix to boiled hot milk. You can do it in water, but it won't be as delicious. And here we go. Let's see how we're looking. Check that out. We've got hot cocoa mix. Let's do it a few more times. And you'll have a few like big pieces of chocolate. Isn't that a great surprise? Like yum, yum, yum. All right, hot chocolate mix ready to go. That's all we needed. and it will stay for about a month in your home, in a dry, airtight container. Amazing, hot chocolate mix. We're covered in chocolate. Have an amazing day. Make this, and when you're having a day when you need the hot chocolate, it's ready to go. See you soon. This is our respect the environment Mishloach Manot. Often, and I'm definitely part of the problem, which I'm trying to solve here, is that Mishloach Manot has a lot of packaging, which we then throw out. So I started thinking about what would be an awesome, look after the planet Mishloach Manot. And I got all these great things, and it's got me thinking about Mishloach Manot in a different way. I've got this awesome jute bag. I've got different ways we could wrap food that's environmentally friendly, and lots of homemade things as well. So what I have here is bees wrap, foldable wrap, reusable, sustainable food storage. How cool is that? They come in these little sheets, and you can wash them over and over and over, which is really exciting. So what I have here is homemade granola bars. Again, we're trying to be nice to the planet and making the granola bars ourselves. And basically, it kind of sticks on itself. Check that out. So our granola bars are in the beeswax paper, ready to go. I've got some paper bags as well. So our homemade Rocky Road is going into the paper bag, ready to go. Yay, homemade Rocky Road. And then our homemade hot chocolate mix is going into a mason jar. So let's put that in there. And I'm putting in enough that they can make 2 or 3 hot chocolates out of this. Yay! I mean, I obviously love hot chocolate. And into a paper case, I'm gonna put my marshmallows to go with the hot chocolate, and mini chocolate chips are going in there as well. And let's drop that ever so delicately into our mason jar, cover it up. Oh my goodness, okay, so that's going in my bag. And my last one, these are washable, reusable produce bags. So I have these stunning, look at those, blood oranges going in, and that's going in my bag. So Rocky Road in its paper bag, our granola bars in their bees wrap, and some paper straws, and some wooden cutlery, and that is our RESPCT, the planet. Mishloach Manot, how gorgeous is that? Oh my God, I'm really excited about that one. See you soon, and I hope you try some of our ideas for Purim.